continue to follow the breaking news in Midtown Atlanta. Tonight, police now have a suspect in custody after 2 people were shot to death and another wounded. This is video of the suspect being put in the back of an Atlanta police cruiser. Officers confirmed they arrested the woman at Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport in the South Terminal there. Well, good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Russ Spencer.
I'm Courtney Bryant. Atlanta police responded to the area of Peachtree Street and 12th Street this afternoon. A few hours ago, officers shut down nearby roads and advised residents to stay inside as they searched for the shooter. Those lockdowns have since been lifted. Well, we have team coverage tonight. Fox 5's Alex Whitler and Brittany Edney are both covering this breaking story. We begin with Alex, who's on Juniper Street, where police just wrapped up a news conference. Alex, things happened very quickly this afternoon.
They sure did, and the mayor acknowledged that tonight, Russ. He also acknowledged that security cameras played an integral role in getting that suspect into custody. We even have footage of it. You saw it at the top of this newscast. Here it is again, of police putting her into the back of that cruiser. Now, to backtrack for you, this all started around 1:45 at 1280 Peachtree. I'm understanding that this was a condominium, and I'm told that that woman went inside and shot 2 people. Then, not even 15 minutes later, police got a call not too far from there. It was the same person, they say. Police tapped into their resources all across the city, including resources at Georgia Tech and Georgia State. We're told that they were able to receive tips from the public that the shooter entered Colony Square. They received multiple tips, eventually finding out that that woman had gotten herself to the airport. That's where they took her into custody. But you've just got to listen to the mayor as to what he credits to be the reason why they were able to get her into custody so quickly.
We were able to utilize our camera network, which is vast, and that was able to help us quickly track down the suspect.
Now, I want to point out, Atlanta police say this shooting was not random and likely targeted. Interim chief said that he grieves with his neighbors today, acknowledging that he lives in this very neighborhood. The mayor acknowledged this very unfortunate situation for the families who are finding out their loved ones died in this situation. We're also told that handgun was recovered at the airport, and we're still working to get some information about that third person who was shot. As soon as we get some information about how they're doing this evening, we'll be sure to let you know. But we know this is something that has been on everyone's minds this afternoon. So for that, we're going to head back over to you guys.
Alex, thank you very much. And we continue with the breaking coverage. The situation caused a massive lockdown in Colony Square. Yeah,
Fox 5's Brittany Edney joins us live. She's been there on the scene. Brittany?
Well, as I can tell you, we are here outside of Colony Square, and as Alex was mentioning, really this was one of the stops along the way before the police were able to locate and take the suspect into custody at the airport. Up here on Colony Square, through up those staircases and around the corner were a lot of the businesses that people were trying to get access to, but they could not because it was on that temporary lockdown. For example, we did speak earlier with a mother who was not able to get to a daycare. That daycare was on lockdown. She wasn't able to access her child for about an hour or so. Also, this entire street up this sidewalk, you can see a lot of the traffic moving slowly now, but about 2 hours ago, it was completely locked down, and instead that was replaced with multiple agencies, fire trucks, APD command center, and a lot of the first responders that were here, including K9 units and SWATs. We also saw a lot of those tactical units as well as officers walking around with both the rifles and the helmets, locked down on their hips. So it was a very tense situation for some of those looking on through businesses, through restaurants, through condos, or maybe businesses who were watching through the windows and the doors. While they weren't able to leave, they could still see a very scary scene, laying out in front of them through the doors and windows that they were behind. I did speak to one resident in Midtown who said, he really couldn't believe how large and quick of a response there was from these agencies, both city and county-wide. But that being said, he made another point. He has lived in Midtown for about 6 years, and 6 years ago, he said, he felt a lot safer and more secure, and now he has seen crime risen.
To me, it looked like they were here in a big hurry. I had never seen that many what looked like military tactical police with, you know, these aren't pistols. They got the big stuff, and they were here just like that.
And one of the biggest concerns and new information that we have to answer those who live around this area was this a random targeting? Was this a random shooting? We, of course, just got information from APD and from the mayor that this was likely, you know, the shooter likely knew those victims. Guys?
All right. Important new details coming out from that triple shooting in Midtown. Brittany, thanks so much.